welcome everybody. Welcome to the G3 podcast. It's gamers, geeks, and good times. Kahit kailan talaga hindi natin ma-perfect yung intro na yan. But anyway, it's a Friday. Yay! It's the end of the week and we're going to be hanging out again. You know, just chill out, have fun. We're going to be shooting the breeze. We're going to be talking about things that made us happy, will make us happy, and the things that are currently we are enjoying today. This evening, we have quite the story to talk about, and we have a very special film showing for you guys. Joining me tonight, of course, is everybody's favorite Captain Mike. Hello, good evening. What's up, man?
Hey, what is happening, boys and girls? This is your captain speaking. It's a Friday. Let's start our weekend here at the G3 podcast.
Ay, bago yun ha. Gusto ko yun.
Bagong ano yun ah.
Bago stream ha.
Yan ah.
Okay yan. Okay, and of course, joining us via, nasa ka na ba ngayon? Where are you currently right now?
Manila.
Okay, joining us live on the field in Manila, no one else but the Bigote of G, Noch, is on the road. What's up, brother?
Hello everyone. Sorry. Busy week. Ay.
Okay lang yan, and it's a special kind of day. You know, Notch is traveling. He's on his way to his house, one of his many houses that he owns, many properties that he owns. Guy, by God. Pero we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. We're gonna be having fun, just saying hello to those people on the live on chat right now. Jake R. Blaso is here. What is up, dude? Welcome.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Jake.
Stanley Yoshida-kun is here.
Yan.
What up?
Sir.
May tanong ako dyan kay Stanley. Bakit papalit-palit ka ng pangalan?
Oh nga. Are you not happy with your name? I find your name cool. Stanley. Napaka-astig. Kung hindi Stanley Ipkiss ng Damascus.
Stanley Ipkiss.
Stanley Ipkiss. No? Oy, si Brian Lim, ang nag-iisang guile ng
Hey,
Sambayanan.
Lim, what's up, sir?
What's up, sir? Sonic booming his way to the conversation. Friday na naman, inuman na. Yes, sir.
Of course.
Cheers tayo. Cheers.
Yeah.
Kung last episode si paring Notch ay humihiram ng kapangyarihan at lakas kay paring Johnny, ako naman kay Kopi. Hanggang kape-kape na lang po tayong walang asukal ngayong gabi. Lalo na't alas 8 na.
Ba,
Bukas
matindi
pa
ka.
cheat day.
Talaga pinanindigan mo yan, ha? Talaga pinanindigan mo yan. I like it.
Tindigan ko talaga. I mean, you have no idea of how much agony I'd have to spend at night. And I do most of my work at night and my meetings at night. Tapos, normally I get the munchies around 1 to 2. I can't. I just have to drink water. The best I could. Sabi ni Brian, teka, sino yung isa? Di si Notch. Ito ba? Saan ba yun? Teka lang. Ito po, si Notch. Kasama ko ngayon yan eh. Hello. Yon, JM Kalimoso, what is up, dude?
Yan.
Welcome. Kayo ba? Kamusta? I know Notch is driving. Kamusta ba ang lagay ng ating traffic ngayong araw ngayon? Kapatid na Notch. Basta lagay ng daloy ng trapiko diyan.
Okay na mo, BJ, no? Nandito ako ngayon sa may Makati. Magpapagas po ako. At dito sa Clean Fuel ho, Makati, 63 pesos ho ang presyohan ng ating diesel dito. At alam naman ho natin na tataas ho talaga ang gasolina. Pero putang ina talaga. Di po natin alam kung bakit ganun kataas. Back to you.
Maraming salamat.
Fuckers.
Maraming salamat, Lars Santiago po. Updated sa showbiz. Happy. Tangina, nagulat ako dun. Pero totoo yan, ano? Totoo yan. Ang dami na nga meme na nagkalat ngayon. There's so many memes out there. Yung coaching nakataob, isa na naman kotse ang hinimatay sa taas ng presyo ng gasolina. Please lang, wag na kayong maggera. You know? Nothing good ever.
Meron pa yung tanong na saan yung isa sa mga pinakamahal na lugar na puntahan mo? Shell Makati.
I don't want to brag. I don't want to brag, but I just got myself a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
So, no.
That's not bragging. That's just stupid. Ngayon mo lang ginawa yun.
Oo. Kasi ang binibili ko rin yung palitro-litro lang, 500 na gasolina. Yung sa motor, pag ganun-ganun lang.
Ako,
Oy, nandiyan pala si...
Ako actually, nagpa full tank na ako nung 55 pa. So, bago pa umangat. No? So, medyo smart move, di ba? Problema, syempre, inisip namin, hindi naman kami masyadong maalis. Okay lang. Putang ina, itong linggo na to, parang nakailang alis kami. So, nakikita ko yung tangke ko, kinakabahan na ako. Wala pa sa kalahati, kinakabahan na ako.
Correct. You can only go so far, you know. So umpisa kasi pag bagong karga, ayun, si Mike also has a car. And when you just had yourself gassed up, it feels great, right? So it's full tank and all that.
Got that right.
And but when that meter starts dipping down, son of a bitch. I mean, doon na tayo sa bahay, sayang gasolina.
Although may tanong ako. Bakit may banks, Mike?
Alam mo, wala kang web. Kailan mo yung buko.
Yan talaga. Yan ang,
yan
ang uso ngayon.
Dati GQ ngayon one side. Ano ba?
One side, ba?
Pareho namang buhok ng henerasyon niya.
Yan ang uso nung panahon ng La Solidaridad, pare. Tandaan mo.
Teka, sagutin natin to mga nasa comment dito. May narinig ako dito. Sige. Popogi ninyo maliban dun sa potsuit, tinutukoy niya yung sarili niya. Lee Charles Danela lang po. Tanong
Palits!
Si Palits. Tinanong ni Brian Lim, magkano ang full tank na inabot mo? Ang inabot?
Teka, ano sabi ni Lee? Ano sabi ni Lee Charles Dalena?
Sabi niya,
kapatid, kung aking babasahin, popogi nyo maliban doon sa potso.
Ginagago mo na naman si Mike eh. Gago ka, Lee. Ba't mo laging ginagago si Mike?
Ganyan yan lagi. Basa kasi daming
Tangina. So, ganun lagi. Inamin din niya. Huwag niyong inaapat Jaw mapa yan. Jaw mapa ng kataas-taasang kagalang-galangang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan.
So, ito si Trickster naman, sabi niya, naninibago ako sa Facebook layout. Pero bago ko tuloy, sasagutin ko lang yung comment ni Brian Lee. Umabot ako siguro ng 2,500 para sa 3/4 na full tank. Yeah.
Wow.
Shit.
Not to brag.
Not to brag,
Not to brag.
Hindi.
Pero umabot ako ng 2.5.
Hindi, kasi inabot ang story noon.
Both of you are stupid. Ngayon lang kayo nagpapafull tank.
Just
plain idiocy.
Hindi, magpapa-full tank ako. Sabi kasi tataas ka daw yung gasolina. So talagang pumila talaga ako dun sa isang Shell station. No, talagang may pila talaga dun sa labas, ganyan. So, alam mo, buti umabot ako ng bago lumipat ng 12 midnight ng Monday. Kasi Tuesday tataas yun eh. So, pumila na ako, nagpa-full tank na ako. Kahit alam mo, hindi ako lalabas. Pero just to be sure lang na full tank lang yung sasakyan mo.
I don't know because when my parents go out for a drive and magpapagas, it's always ubusin. I mean, ubusin hangga't kaya, and then you do the full tank.
Right.
Top off. You don't just top it off na pa konti-konti. Pero again, the situation right now has gone to a point where the price of gas is just the start of it. Now, given the next coming days and weeks and months to follow, now that the gas price has kicked up, I'm pretty sure most of the other things will also follow suit, because you're gonna need to recover for that for your gas expenses if you're a business person. If you have a business, kailangan mo ipataw yan. So unfortunately for us, let's just hope that these things blow over, and we can get on with our lives, not too much burning our money for things that are not supposed to be there. But what a week. What a week that we... Sorry, Captain Mike. You want to say something?
I want to say something, no. If there's someone siguro na talagang walang problema mag-ubos ng pera, si Lee Charles Dalena yun.
Ay. Rich kid
wala
yan
pong, wala pong contest doon. Wala pong contest doon.
Sabihin niya,
Sabi ni
nahihina niya na
Bolasa
lang.
Kim na Pumaseno, hello po, shout out, buti yung gas nagmamahal siya, di na niya ako mahal.
Lagya ka talaga.
Ay.
He's from my
Ay.
page.
What's up, dude? What's up?
Stop, Kim.
All right, well, it's quite the show that we have for you guys later. Going on to this evening, we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that happened very recently, and we're going to kick off the night with our with some things that we found out to be very exciting over the week. This is your G3 news. Captain Mike, roll the very expensive special effects. Studio kami.
Yan.
Starting off with fun announcement from Evo in an article featured on esports.com. Evo 2022 showcases a lineup featuring Street Fighter 5 and Tekken and a few other surprises. In an article written on March 9th by esports.com, Evo has revealed the lineup of games that will be played during the popular fighting game tournament with Street Fighter and Tekken as headliners. It's a welcome return to form for Evo after the edition last year was unfortunately canceled due to COVID-19 pandemic sweeping the world. Evo 2022 will be taking place in the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, and fans will once again be able to watch the peak of fighting games competition from August 5th to August 7th. The games will be featured at Evo are 2022, starting off with Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition. That's the first one. And then we have Tekken 7. Third is Guilty Gear Strive. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Dragon Ball Fighters. Yun yung mga regulars.
Yeah.
Now here comes the best part. King of Fighters 15 is making their debut. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Melty Blood Type Lumina. And a personal favorite of mine that has been around for a long time, finally given its due, last but definitely not the least, Skullgirls Second Encore. If you mention Smash Bros is missing, yes, Smash Brothers is missing. As was announced earlier on, Smash Brothers won't be part of Evo 2022. This decision was made by Nintendo themselves, possibly because Sony purchased the tournament back in 2021. Evo did put on a statement on the matter saying, and I quote, since 2007, we've seen historic Super Smash Brother moments created at Evo events. We are saddened that Nintendo has chosen not to continue this legacy with us this year. In the future, we hope to once again celebrate the Super Smash Bros. Community alongside them. That if you want to read more about this article, head on over to esports.com and look for the article on March 9th, Evo 2022 showcase. That is the first news that we're going to be talking about tonight. Up next, of course, in the headlines. Wait, let me just take this out real quick. This is annoying me. There you go. We have another leak in the world of leaks. In the world of the MCU, leaked She-Hulk merchandise gives fans a glimpse of Tatiana Maslany in full She-Hulk form. In an article by the Diz Insider, written by Dempsey Pillett, during Disney's Investor Day Wednesday, Disney CEO Bob Chapek confirmed that Ms. Marvel would be the next Marvel show to hit Disney Plus after Moon Knight. By default, it means that She-Hulk series likely won't come out until the second half of 2022. Despite having to wait a little longer to see Jennifer Walters' proper introduction into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, thanks to a recent merchandise leak, it looks like fans no longer have to wait and see what she will look like as She-Hulk. Like everything else in Marvel Phase 4, the show has been shrouded in secrecy. In fact, it is the first and only teaser released by Disney for the show. Tatiana Maslany's face as the fully transformed hero is noticeably kept hidden. It would have stayed hidden too if it weren't for a leak on Amazon today. According to a Twitter user, Amy Doll, while they were scrolling on the shopping site, they came across a few thermos cups designed with not only the logo of Marvel/Disney Plus on them, but the Stars Phase 2. It didn't take long before the account at She-Hulk Daily took some screen grabs and shared them. And in the news, you will see that there is a She-Hulk cup with her turning sideways like this, and it was featured on one of the cups on Amazon.com. If you want to learn more about this leak, go to thedisinsider.com and look for leaked She-Hulk merchandise. Those are the two primary news, and we only have two news for this evening, two pieces of news, and that is what we're going to be talking about in this segment right now. Starting off with, of course, Evo's 2022 leak. I'm a huge fan of fighting games. I'm a huge fighting game fan. I've been playing fighting games ever since I was little with my brother. And then when my brother came along, it became more fun, and then I could pass it on to my children. And we've watched Evo way before it became a spectacle. So to me, it's such a welcome thing when they announce new games there. But what do you guys think? Starting off with Captain Mike, what is your reaction when you found out that Evo will be having those games for this year, and it is coming back no less than the Mandalay Bay?
Oo. Para sa akin, it's finally time we get to go out, enjoy these events live, 'di ba? Kasi magandang panoorin siya online, pero gaya ng sinabi ni BJ in our previous episodes, iba pa rin kasi pagka naka-live ka eh. Iba kasi pag nakikita mo yung tao eh. Nakikita mo kasi kung how amazing their reactions are when you see live events, and it's finally time na alam mo yon, yung makikita mo yan ng ganyan. I mean, it's a good thing. As
Right.
far as the games are concerned, sabi mo nga kanina, Super Smash no longer joining because of you know what happened na with Evo, di ba? And it's kanyang pagtanggap sa kanyang bagong owner.
Sony.
Yeah. So,
Hindi mo naman mapanood yung Evo kasi wala sa Amerika yan.
kaya nga. Pero kasi, for me, kung halimbawa ngayon, ngayon kasi yung mga tao ngayon pwede nang, I mean, kung may pera ka, gaya ni Lee, pwede kang pumunta kagad dun sa US and watch those events at over at the Mandalay Bay. Diba? Maraming tao ngayon ang willing mag-travel, gumastos ng pera just to appreciate these events.
Guys, baka
Evo
naman,
is no
kung sino po
exception.
gusto mag-travel to Evo, sama kami.
Yeah. Bring us along.
But I think it's gonna be streamed. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be streamed on Twitch. We'll definitely look at that. We'll watch it from there. But Captain Mike's right. It's very different from when you do like an Evo online versus an on-site Evo. Now let's talk about the games a little bit more. Moving on to Noch. Let's talk about the games that were mentioned, because we were talking about this earlier. And a lot of people are happy to see that Melty Blood, Skull Girls are finally getting the attention that they deserve. So what are your thoughts on that, pare?
Well, for me, it's always a welcome sight to have new games to be presented. Lalo sa Evo, kasi alam naman natin, Evo is one of the biggest fighting game tournaments in the world, and having these titles, these IPs included in this event, malaking bagay yun for these developers.
Right.
Sadly, yung sa Super Smash Brothers, wala namang sinabi si Nintendo na the decision was definite, which means that there's a possibility that they will still be joining the event in the future. I guess siguro butthurt sila dahil kay Sony ng Evo, diba? But still, isa lang naman yung nandun sa kanila eh. Isa lang naman eh, Super Smash Brothers. That's it. Diba? So, I think they're cooking up something. Maybe baka plano nila mag-create ng
sarili nila.
Alternative for Evo. Maybe. Hindi natin alam eh. Pero, it's Nintendo. Nintendo can be nitpicky and arte.
Can do whatever they want.
Always. No? Pero, basta ako, sasabihin ko lang talaga dyan is, I do not own any ROMs that are not bought in any store. I do not have a collection of ROMs. I have bought all my games officially in the Nintendo store and our suking tindahan.
Yeah.
Suking tindahan. kay Yuli
Those
TV.
are disclaimer right there.
Excuse me. Hindi po ako ganon. Hindi po ako gumagamit ng yuzu. Or
Wow,
ryuzu.
wow.
Or
Wow,
dolphin.
nice.
Hindi ka.
Nice.
And I
Well,
want to
a
put
lot of
that
people.
on... Hey, wait. I want to
Uh-huh.
put that on record.
Yes, please go ahead, Your Honor. Please go ahead and make your legal statement across.
I
Go
do
ahead.
not, I have not and do not own any copyrighted games from Nintendo.
Yan.
I
Safe na
only
safe po
play
kami.
legit. No, I only play legit.
Yan po for the record, we do not condone any
Do not-
acts of forms
Do
of
not-
piracy.
Yak piracy. Yak simulation. We do not condone these heinous acts. We only buy
Correct.
our Nintendo games in the Nintendo Game Store and our suking tindahan.
Officially, yes. Yeah, very
Pero,
official.
ay, basta.
Ang dami nagsasabi dito sa comments na they also agree, with the lineup. Sabi ni Blim, hindi kompleto ang event pag walang Super Smash. Well, it's because it has been such a staple.
Yep.
A staple in Evo. And yes, it's true. We have seen a lot of great moments, Evo moments brought by the game. Melty players no longer stuck in the bathroom. Yes, I was telling them this earlier.
Oh, we were talking
the
about it earlier.
Diba? The fact that Melty Blood has always been regarded as a bathroom game that nobody significant plays. Well, now they're on the main roster, right? And they're no longer a meme game. I'm very proud and happy about these people. I know Alex Valdez from Team Goodnet plays really well, really good at Melty Blood. So yeah, that's for you, brother. And he also plays Dragon Ball Fighters. And there are 3 ArcSys games here. That's true. Sabi ni Joshua, the 3 ArcSys games are featured on Evo. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what Skullgirls will bring, because it's a combo intensive game, as well as how King of Fighters 15 will fare. And the way that they're gonna do Evo now is they will no longer automatically put Street Fighter or Tekken as the headline of the show. So what they will do now is they will get the most signups, and whoever has the most player base on that event will be like the last game to be played. They're changing it up right now. So predictions, pare. What do you think will headline Evo? Is it still going to be Street Fighter and or Tekken, or is it going to be any of the other games that were mentioned here? Let's start with Captain Mike.
I think with the introduction of the new games kagaya no Skullgirls and Melty Blood sa Evo, I feel na there will be ako lang naman prediction ko, kasi alam na natin na may Street Fighter, alam na natin na may Tekken eh. So with Skullgirls and Melty Blood, parang feeling ko magkakaroon din ng bigger highlight tong mga games na to. So yun yung prediction ko dito. Panigurado there will be that certain part now in the Evo highlights that will show these
Ano
games.
nga yung game, Cap?
Well, but which one? Which game? Which game do you think will highlight it apart from Street Fighter and Tekken? Kasi alam na natin yan, it's always the feature.
Sige, I would go for Melty Blood kasi yun yung pinakabago eh. I remember Doc Jimmy nung magsa-start pa lang kami sa for Saturday Showdown noon, he was like so stoked about it. So
Melty Blood?
So unless alam mo yon, unless says otherwise, 'di ba? I mean, I'll come up with something lang na that I feel may have a huge impact on Evo.
I think yeah, you're right. That there is a chance kasi marami naglalaro na sa CR. Sabi ni Blim, sabihin mo na lang pur. Ikaw naman. Wag ganun. Ikaw, Noch, what game do you think will highlight Evo apart from Street Fighter and Tekken?
Definitely King of Fighters. At Guilty Gear.
Either or, no? Ang biglang lakas kasi ng King of Fighters 15 ngayon eh. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, why would you think King of Fighters 15?
I guess it's been a while, you know. It's been a while na mag-release ng magandang King of Fighters. And I think the newest one, ito na yung hinihintay ng mga ng mga FGC eh, na talagang magkaroon ng magandang King of Fighters and to be able to play it in the biggest stage of the FGC, di ba? Why not?
Yeah.
Kasi,
Right.
you know, I mean, yeah, Street Fighter is great and all. Pero tagal na eh. They've milked it. Tekken 7 too.
Right.
Diba? So, maybe it's time. Guilty Gear. Oh, definitely Guilty Gear. Kasi, remember when it was released? Everyone was so
Yeah.
hyped about it.
Yeah.
Diba?
Hindi nga nagsisale sa sa Steam eh. So so bilhin. Right.
Magkano umasa, no?
Actually pareho tayo ng iniisip. I think it's gonna be King of Fighters 15. Kasi nga, di ba, based on the rules right now, they're gonna be picking games with the most number of participants. And you're right when you said that. I actually thought about the same. That with the hype surrounding KOF 15 and the number of people who've been dying to play it, they'd probably sign up. Hell, even guys like, I'm pretty sure guys like Sonic Fox and si Problem X, you know, those guys, maybe even Ryan Ramirez would come in, you know, say F-Chap, kasi there was a tweet about Marvel versus Capcom 2. And if you notice, it's not there are no Marvel games, Marvel fighting games that are included, but they did tweet like a day. I think it was right after the Evo lineup showcase. Was that they tweeted that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is definitely they're working on something with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So malay mo, 'di ba? Yung mga ibang players yan, marami din. Sonic Fox plays Dragon Ball Fighters. There's even a popular fight he had with Goichi. And he also plays Mortal Kombat 11 with Aaron Black. So yun, ako, it's either KOF 15 or MK11. I want to pick Dragon Ball Fighters, pero
ang isang wish ko would be lumabas yung mga bagong players, bagong FGC. Kasi for a time, we've been having like, you know, these older generation gamers, FGC players, Street Fighter players, na talaga matagal na. Diba?
Magalit si Blim. Older sinabi mo. Andiyan si Blim. Blim, sir.
Hindi. Blim. Blim. Pare, we're talking about in general. Alam mo naman yan. Diba? It's been a while
Tama.
newer players of Street Fighter 5. Kailan yung pinakahuling nakalaro ka ng Street Fighter 5 with someone you don't know? Someone nawala sa chat room or sa group chat. 'Di ba? Wala. Maybe it's time that the new blood come out of their shells. Kasi nga, again, let's say let's keep it siguro let's keep it at Street Fighter 5 community. Never naman nagkaroon ng gatekeep yung Street Fighter 5 community. It's always been open, 'di ba? It's always been welcoming. Ang problema kasi is these new players, they're easily intimidated. Pag natalo, ikaw ba naman, pag natalo ka ni Almond, ni Raven Eyes, mumurahin ka, tangina mo, bobo!
Oh.
Hindi naman gano'n si Almond. Pero I mean, you know, pag natalo ka kasi, it hurts your pride eh. Pero, come on guys, yung mga new players, you're battling against one of the greatest Filipino players din sa FGC community ng Pilipinas. Blim, for example.
Yeah.
Best Guile. Almond has one of the greatest. Rashid. Diba? Ganda rin technique si Almond eh. Pero kung matalo ka sa kanila, it's actually a great honor because you were able to play with these guys, these legends of the local FGC scene. Kaya yung mga new players, I mean, locally, definitely, I'm talking to the local people. Just, you know, heads up and just play. Laro lang, guys.
Right. And you know us here, G,
Oy,
we're
Blim,
huge
Blim.
proponents of that.
Just to explain just to clear things up hindi ko sinasabi mo tanda ka na. Sabi ko, in the world of the FGC, you're one of the oldest.
The
Yun ang sabi
veterans.
ko.
You should have said veterans na lang. Not
Yeah.
Kasi
Could have
iniisip
been,
kita iniisip kita kap
you.
Sabi ni Brim, sumagot naman si Brim, sabi niya, well, actually, guys, nag-train kami ng new players. Alam ni Almond, yan dami new blood na tinutulungan namin mag-improve. Which is great, you know.
Great, that's good.
Here at G3, we were huge proponents of promoting the community, and with Evo coming back up, we want to see the same thing here in the Philippines. So you know, we're definitely gonna put a line under that, rather than through it when it comes to the Filipino fighting game community. You know, that's what we're gonna be pushing.
Sabi rin
Yes,
ni Blim, no, tama si Noch when he cited na KOF ang potential na maging highlight. Tapos ito, bumanat si Trickster na KOF mostly been an underdog lately unless you in Mexico. Which is true,
Yes.
sabi nga niya, no? Sabi nga ni Blim.
Ang lakas ng KOF sa Mexico, pare. Even Dragon Ball. Have you heard of El Hermano? Kilala niyo ba yun? Si El
No.
Hermano. Yun ang Ultra Instinct na Gohan.
Si El Hermano. Oo, si El Hermano.
Tantado.
Totoo yun
Tantado. Anyway, you know, we're very excited with Evo, and we're gonna be expecting it. Hopefully, we would be able to stream it, but we'll definitely watch it from over here.
Oh yeah.
But now something that we're also expecting, although very briefly we're gonna touch this, is of course Jennifer Walters, the She-Hulk leak on Amazon. Ako, honestly, this is one of the shows that I haven't heard a lot from. So maybe Notch or Captain Mike can give us a little bit more info on what's going on. When you saw this, Captain Mike, what was your reaction to how She-Hulk looked onto the merchandise?
Mukhang yung itsura pa lang niya, I saw the post, no. Nakita ko yung tweet na yan, share niya sa screen. Parang may personality to na I wanna see. Kasi with the green and all, tapos nakasuot siya kasi there's this Tumblr that shows her office uniform. I'm sure Chino can explain bakit parang hindi napupunit yung damit niya, unlike yung kay Hulk, 'di ba? Pag si Hulk nag-transform, alam mo punit lahat eh, pero alam mo si She-Hulk parang sige, she turns green and she gets to keep her clothing.
It's magic.
She's wearing spandex. You know,
So,
she's wearing spandex.
May
That's what it
spandex
is.
doon pero may office uniform doon sa isa. So yung spandex, nagets ko naman yung idea ng spandex. Ako sige, probably because of how the Hulk did it din, especially, particularly in Endgame. Pero yung naka-office uniform siya na she was turning.
Plus size blazers. Yeah.
I'll explain the office attire in a bit after my.
Yun lang naman sa akin, no. It shows a bit of personality, which obviously gusto nating makita in a Hulk, kasi si Bruce Banner dun sa Hulk, at least dun sa MCU, makikita mo talaga kung gaano ka-unique yung personality niya. So I'm curious to see what kind of personality this She-Hulk will be.
Okay. Yeah. Notch, you want to add something to that? You said.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Well, eto, to explain lang yung office attire. Si Jennifer Walters is a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
Okay.
And for most of the time that I've read her comics, she's in human form. Pero there was a time na hindi niya na-control yung pag-change niya. She turns into Hulk, pero her mind is intact. The strength is there, the superhuman ability is there, pero her mind is intact. And that's weird because Bruce Banner didn't have that luxury.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nung una. Kaya I'm guessing that lalabas din si She-Hulk in office attire kasi there were some cases na involved si Jennifer Walters pero as She-Hulk in court. Meaning green siya. She's green all over.
Right.
Pero she's wearing office attire. She's wearing, her lawyer lawyer attire. Ganon,
Hence,
no?
I mentioned plus size clothing. Kasi kapag, sometimes she can't turn back, di ba? She can't turn back to her Jennifer Walters form. So she has no choice but to wear large clothes so that she can just, look decent in court. And yeah, you're right.
Pero for comic book enthusiasts who's reading a lot of comics, I'm sure they know this, na yung Jennifer Walters ngayon sa 2022, the issues she has, she came from a point na hindi niya na rin ako control yung Hulkness.
She became
kasi,
like savage She-Hulk. That's what you call.
Savage She-Hulk. There you go. Kasi whenever she turns, it's not built on emotion. Not like Incredible Hulk, not like Bruce Banner, diba? Pero it affects her temperament. Si Savage She-Hulk, hindi. As in,
talagang
pag nag-transform siya, she's bigger, she's more muscular, and she still can control her, her emotions, her speech, pero she's more ragey. She's more angry.
Yeah. Much like my wife when she's on PMS. So I understand.
Same. Kaya,
I guess that's what the Savage She-Hulk is.
Pero ngayon kasi she's from what I've heard, I haven't read any of her comics kasi my friends know this, na I don't want to read the newer ones kasi gusto ko tuloy-tuloy. And I'm reading the older ones. But from the synopsises that I've read, now she's over that phase. She's back.
Correct. Yeah.
She's back in control. So, yeah, I'm very excited for She-Hulk, man. I'm very excited for She-Hulk. And sabi nga nila, Mark Ruffalo will be here as Professor Hulk, the Smart Hulk. And sabi nila, this is going to be a passing of the torch, so to speak.
Which is the case for most MCU shows nowadays. You have Hawkeye and Kate.
Especially with
Bishop.
Endgame, diba? Especially after Endgame. I mean, Hawkeye with Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. Although, ako feeling ko kasi with the success that Hawkeye got, there could be, I haven't heard anything, pero I'm hoping that there could be a season 2 kasi grabe yung chemistry ng dalawa eh. But yeah, with She-Hulk, with the Hulk, Bruce Banner, said to be passing the torch to She-Hulk. There are plans. MCU has plans, and I'm hoping that plan involves the Fantastic Four.
Oh, well, definitely, because they did mention Fantastic Four, and She-Hulk is a huge component of the Fantastic Four in the comic books.
Yung bang yung bang chemistry ni Hulk and She-Hulk sa comic, maganda ba?
They're cousins.
Okay. So,
yeah, that's why in the last episode, we talked about Old Man Logan. So they did the nasty, Yeah, sorry, go ahead. What was your question, Cap?
Hindi. Inano ko lang kasi, hindi ko kasi familiar dun sa She-Hulk na ano eh. I mean, I've seen it probably at one point, pero in the comics ba, gusto ko lang na-curious lang ako, maganda ba ang chemistry nila? I mean, do they have more interactions dun sa comics or talagang
let me answer, PJ.
Okay.
They again, like I said, they're cousins, and they're even Bruce Banner and Hulk is aware of who Jennifer Walters or She-Hulk is. She-Hulk has been an Avenger before, pero they've never really, teamed up.
Okay.
They've never really teamed up. Pero, like I said, they're cousins. At dahil naman naging ang Bruce Banner was the reason kung bakit nagkaroon ng She-Hulk. Because I can't remember the specific details. Maybe it was an accident or sickness.
No, so Jennifer Walters got into an accident and she needed
There you
blood
go.
transfusion.
There you go.
But and because Bruce Banner is the only related person to her, he had to donate his blood. Unknowingly, he passed on the gamma
And
radiated
in
blood. There you
urgency
go.
too. And in urgency.
Correct.
Kaya
Walang
hindi
choice.
niya, wala nang choice. So, ayun. Unfortunately, he also passed on the radioactive capabilities of his blood, which, then came Shield.
True. There's actually an animated series back then. It's called World War Hulks or Hulk Core, where siya si Hulk, si Red Hulk, si A-Bomb, which is Rick Jones's Abomination. Red She-Hulk was also Betty Ross, yung jowa ni Bruce Banner, and She-Hulk were there. So they're all like hulked out stuff.
Oo, kailan yan? I haven't seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, yeah. Well, we'll talk later about locations. Pero maganda. It's an animated cartoon. It had a short run. It only had like one season, but it was based on the comic book World War Hulks and Hulked Out Avengers. So maganda yan. Si Abomination is A-Bomb. And Amadeus Cho so shortly became a Hulk, and it's weird. It's all crazy.
Wait.
Gamma filled shit.
Pinakita rin si Amadeus Cho doon as Hulk?
As Hulk, yeah. He had like a
that's
sleek
kind of new. Medyo bago-bago pa.
Medyo bago-bago. This is definitely after what you're currently reading right now, but not too far ahead. So malapit mo na siyang abutan.
Anyway, sa mga nanonood, of course, let's not get into how Amadeus Cho became the Hulk.
Mahabang usapan pa yan.
Mahabang usapan yan.
But anyway, yes, we are very excited to get more of the MCU stuff coming in Disney Plus. Hopefully, we get an official Disney Plus in the Philippines. And that's it. Those are the two main news. Not much for today. For this week, not much happened. But what did happen, ladies and gentlemen, almost escaped us. By the way, Sony had a PlayStation State of Play very recently, and I haven't watched it. I know I know these guys have already seen like bits and pieces of what happened. We kind of saw certain things that we were very excited about, but we haven't actually seen the entire thing. So if you're listening, if you're hanging out, you get the chance to to join us, ladies and gentlemen, as we walk into our favorite part of school. We get taken out of the classroom and we go into the Nerditorium. Coming up next, we're gonna be watching the entire thing, the entire Sony PlayStation State of Play. We're gonna give a blow by blow to Noch, who is currently driving. So painggan mo na lang, brother. And for you guys, enjoy. Let me know if you're ready, Captain Mike.
Kidoki, we are good to go.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Sony's State of Play, March 9th, 2022. Enjoy. React tayo. Ito. Ano to? Year 2043.
I am Ivy the android. I'd like to share today's dinosaur forecast. A dinosaur outbreak will soon occur.
What the fuck?
Residents in the affected
What dinosaur?
have been evacuated, and a team
Denver.
of exo has been dispatched.
The Last Dragon? Ito.
A vortex warning has been issued. Please remain indoors.
This guy looks like he walks like a jackass, that's for sure. Okay, we have a thing in the sky and falling stuff. Are those raptors falling in the sky? What the fuck? What is this? Oh no. Please don't. Is this Dino Crisis? Oh, okay.
I'm making sense of this situation.
You've been living fighting with the kids directors for 2 years.
All I wanted was to be IBS's top pilot.
What the fuck? This girl looks like the one in Dino Crisis. What the fuck is this?
Technology, we're able to keep human casualties to zero. is proceeding under the guidance of the next Gen AI, Leviathan.
What the shit? This is what? Dino Crisis Overwatch?
Meanwhile, IBS continues to recruit candidates to become new exofighters, humanity's greatest hope.
What's with dinosaurs falling in from the sky? Goddamn. Please be a T-Rex. Yes, it's a T-Rex. What the fuck is... Oh shit, he got... Oh, damn. Exoprimal. Oh, okay. This is a new game,
Another
I think, for Play
exofighter
PS5.
recruit, right? Welcome to IBS.
I thought it was Dino Crisis. Son of a bitch. Talagang pinagmukha nilang Dino Crisis yung babae eh.
State of Play returns with more announcements and updates for your favorite games.
Holy shit.
We just saw the debut of Exo Primal, a brand new IP from Capcom. It hits PS4 and PS5 next year.
Okay.
Next up, let's get some eye-popping updates for
Oh,
some
here we go.
favorites
Ghostwire
launching
Tokyo. I'm pretty sure Chino is listening here. Ghostwire Tokyo is getting another reveal, so.
こいつは大勢の魂を借り集め、それを利用して冥界と現世をつなごうとしている。
あいつはこの先に一体何を見ているっていうんだ。
How do you play this game?
黄泉の国はまだ先だ。なんだか盛り上がってきたな。
こんなことが。
Graphically, this game is good. Then just look at it. Is that Lady Demestrico? Demestrico. Oi! Last no. So this is Assassin's Creed meets Fatal Frame. Oh shit, ugly lady. Harness your power. Ano to, para siyang Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge, right? That's the game that does the parkour thing?
Yeah, Mirror's Edge.
で、来るんだろ一緒に。
Ghostwire Tokyo. Okay, that's something. Ito naman. Oh, they just jump right into the next. Oh, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, here we go. Look at that, Marlboro tentacle. Yeah, Stranger of Paradise. Final Fantasy Origin. March 18th. Oh shit, it's next week.
Later today,
PS5
visit
and
PlayStation Store to
PS4.
download a new demo for Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Now, let's jump into the world of Forspoken.
Oh, Forspoken, definitely.
Gameplay.
I'm pretty sure you guys, Chino and Captain Mike, will play this.
Yes, sir.
It is quite beautiful.
Yeah, in a everything here wants to kill you kind of way.
Welcome to Ishikai. Assassin's Creed Ishikai. Forspoken is probably the most cinematic of all the games that we've been privy to since.
Well, kasi ano siya it was one of the first few games that was advertised with or marketed with the PS5.
And it's on Unreal 5, right?
Pinapakita nila yung kagandahan.
Ano yun, technical capability demo siya eh. Look at that. Look at that graphics. Chaos. Yeah, if you're talking about how well the PS5 is faring, then Ghostwire. Ghostwire and Forspoken, definitely. This is all eye candy. I want to know how. I hope they show something on how you play it. October. Oh, this year. October. Oh, okay.
That was a new look at the sprawling PS5 adventure Forspoken from Luminous Productions. Let's check out some 6v6 action in Gundam Evolution.
Oh, Gundam!
Multiplayer shooter coming to PS4 and PS5 later this year.
Gundam! Yes! We're still alive, boys! Yeah! Call of Duty Gundam. Look at that. You want to get hit with that shit? Look at that. Hey, that's you. It's you, guys. Fucking shit. Oh, fucking shit. Yeah. I've seen gameplay on Twitch, pero mostly Japan eh. Darang demo lang yun. Oh shit, I would love to kill people with a beam saber. Oh, please port it to PC. Bandai, come on. Overwatch Gundam, here we go. Yes! Sazabi! Turn A Gundam. Look at this. What is this? Exia Gundam. Network test 2022. Network test? What? Oh yeah! Yes! Ito's in time. Come on. Ito yun eh. They have 4 players. Holy shit! Here we go, boys! We even have tournament fighters. SNES kaya o Sega? Alin kaya din? Oy! This is the Sega version. Yung 4 players, pare. Thank you, Lords. When? This year. Okay. Nickelodeon, Konami. Uy, ba't walang PC? Ba't ganun? Ano to? Gigabash.
Kaiju Brawler Gigabash comes to PS4 and PS5 later this year.
What is Gigabash?
Next, a fan favorite fighting game makes a beautiful and bizarre return.
I'm gonna take a look. But I'm hyped for Turtles, the Turtles and Gundam. Oh, Jojo. Those are Jojo characters. We're getting a new JoJo fighting game. Bio Fighters. Oh shit, tagal na. When was the last one? PS3 pa eh. That was PS3.
置いてやる。そのまま眠りな。全力で。
俺ぶちでボツだ。All-Star Battle, yes. (2022) motherfuckers, it's coming October. It's gonna be coming October.
Our next 2 games will take you beyond life and death.
Okay, 3 games right, one after the other I like. Oh. What's this? Okay, we have a samurai game. I'm always a sucker for sword games, sword fight games. Especially yung kung naalala niyo yung Bushido Blade. You know, that's... What is this? Nag-leave pala muna si parang Noch. Kaya medyo, guys, bear with our camera setup a little bit. Trek to Yomi. Parang it's like a Kurosawa film, you know? Akira Kurosawa. Heavily inspired by Akira Kurosawa. Spring! Oh, spring is next month, boys.
Trapped in an endless cycle. Fighting. Dying. Returning.
Ano to?
Always
Yan yata yung
same,
yung parang space thing.
Yet always changing.
Kap, wala ka pa rin daw audio.
Astra, I'm not alone.
Yan. Ito. Got it covered.
Now I stand before the endless tower. I climb as Sisyphus
Anong title nito? I forgot.
pushing the boulder upward.
Pero bakit siya nilabas sa State of Play?
No matter how high I climb, the challenge begins again. But I fight on through the infinite, seeking answers, seeking ascension.
Parang nakita ko na to siya.
My release is within this tower, and I will find it.
Returnal. There you go.
Okay,
shit.
so it's an update. Okay.
It's an update. Yeah.
Housemarque is bringing campaign co-op and a mysterious new survival mode to Returnal Ascension, a free update hitting this March.
Free update. Wow. You guys are being
Almost time to
spoiled.
sign off, but before we do, let's get a first look at 2 brand new games coming from Square Enix.
Okay. Square Enix, come on.
We're getting squeaks.
Is this really what you want?
Ooh.
And you are certain that what we are doing is best for the people of the kingdom?
Ano
Yes.
to?
I suppose it would, in a sense.
It's cinematics and
True.
ano pa lang, not actual gameplay.
Yes.
So this is the latest
It made me
Square
wonder.
Enix game.
Am I still that same person?
Their
New game
dub
though.
sounded nice.
The era of myths gives way to an era of great turmoil. The continent was ravaged by the devastating war
Please be a
between the
tactics
Empire
game.
and the Alliance.
This looks like
However,
a tactics game to me.
one nation remained unaffected by the chaos.
Mukhang new game
The
to.
Kingdom of Alatane, ward of the August, looked destined to have its soil stained with the blood of battle.
We've finally been called up. We're up against the Empire's main army.
We are to
Ayan, Cap Bisonen.
Imperial who
Beautiful
comes ashore.
voice.
Keep focused.
It's a tactics game, yes sir. Yes.
And
But it's only on PlayStation, so fuck that.
Do you really have such a yearning for war? I can't comprehend it.
I haven't played a decent tactics game in a while, dude. Holy shit, is that Leviathan?
That's a
That looks like
spell,
Bahamut.
right?
what shall we do now?
Ang ganda nung itsura niya, no? Pag nakita mo yung
Yeah, it looks like a
graphics
fucking
niya.
miniature board game. Look at
Oh,
this.
parang miniature board game.
Send our best and crush them.
That's right. All the more reason to avoid bloodshed.
Holy shit.
Likely means that we're in danger. I suppose it is the only way for us to survive.
Deerfield Chronicle. This year. Okay. You PlayStation fanboys are getting a lot to do this year, so you enjoy it. Your time of the year.
You enjoy it.
Your
Grabe ka naman you enjoy it ka kagad, ha?
because I can't have this shit on PC, man. I mean, I'd love to. I'd want to.
It's gonna happen one way or the other. Ano ginagawa ni Trickster dyan?
Probably snooping around.
If the will to fight still
Ooh.
lingers within you, then accept my offer and join me.
Is this a new Ease game?
No.
The RPG? Okay, so Deerfield Chronicle is on Steam, so I take it back. Fuck you, I'm gonna play it.
Heed my words. Ragnarok tears our world asunder.
Okay, so it's Norse.
Only hope precious lies on the brink of annihilation. Become my tool of intervention and save this world from doom.
Oh, for real? This is Valkyrie? No way!
Hold on.
Oh shit, it's Valkyrie profile. Valkyrie
Elysium.
Holy fucking shit, we haven't had a Valkyrie game in,
When was the
in
last
20
time?
years.
Oo.
To remain undetected are lacking. Reveal yourself.
Holy shit balls, man. Oh, you have Miss Nier
Who are
Automata right here. Holy shit, a Valkyrie game after
Wow.
For today,
decades.
we'll see you soon with another State of Play.
Wow. Holy shit.
Wow. That's all I gotta say. Inaano ko lang to So, let it lang. Rewind mo lang ulit ng konti habang inaayos natin yung Chino, by the way, just got nalaglag na po yung ating kapatid.
Saan? Wag mo laglag. Baka mapila yan. Then babalikan si Chino later within the hour, I hope. He's just probably taking his time to drive. Drive safe, pare, if you're still listening. Pero okay, let's check out what we got here. Okay, we have the fucking Dino Crisis X Overwatch here, which is called
Alam mo yung,
Was that Exo
yan.
Spiral? Oh.
I feel yung Exo Spiral is like parang imbis na zombies.
Exoprimal.
Exoprimal. Imbis na zombies yung nilagay nilang dinosaurs. Which is fine. I mean, you do you, and if you wanna be innovative like that.
Right. Yeah, I think the time for zombie shooters are done, but they really did almost got me fooled with that red-headed girl. With that, I really thought it was Dino Crisis, but it's too bright to be a Dino Crisis game.
Yeah.
It's a good time to bring back Dino Crisis now. Maybe this is the experiment. And then we got Ghostwire, which is one of the anticipated games of today.
I'm not sure, pero ako sa Exo Spiral parang too early to say kasi nagpakita pa lang sila ng preview, nagpakita pa lang sila ng gameplay. If it's a cheap game or if it's a free game, then sige. Pero it's a Capcom game. So medyo sana lang may storyline silang isama. Yun yung yun yung initial reaction ko for that. Any specific games na you are interested other than Exo Primal? And BJ obviously got also network issues, my friend. So sige, lang natin muna siya dyan. You're gonna go no.
Hello, I'm back. Sorry.
Yan. O sige. So
Converge just went crazy on me for some reason.
Kayo yung mga you have your internet issues and
Converge, please help. We're very happy as subscribers, but please help. Beck and man. Hashtag. Tag niyo si Converge, Beck and man.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I was asking kanina before you drop. Is there any specific game na talagang umano sa attention mo? Got your attention, said
fucking Gundam, man. The Gundam game. And Joshua knows this. I've been dying for a good playable Gundam game on PC for the longest time. The last decent Gundam game I played was Gundam Battle Assault. So yung fighting game ng Gundam. And there were a lot of arcade Gundam arcade games where you sit in the cockpit and you kind of drive the Gundam. But to really have a home port Gundam game, I haven't had that in a long time. That's one. And then I have Ninja Turtles, being able to play the Ninja Turtles again, and it has two versions of the Tournament Fighter. One is the Super NES version. One is the
dinala nila, napansin mo, dinala talaga nila sa dinala talaga nila sa screen. People were like so excited about it. Ako excited din ako dun sa Ninja Turtles when I saw it. Sabi ko, parang finally, what took them so long?
Yeah.
Although yung first na TMNT ang hinahanap ko eh. Although nung nakita ko yung Tournament Fighter, sabi ko, sabi kong gano'n sa Genesis ko pa nalaro yun.
That's basically one of the most unbalanced pieces of shit we've ever played before. All you gotta do is get the Leonardo T-spin and you would win.
Pero yung yung isa pa yung Turtles in Time. Nakita ko pa yun.
Yeah.
One of those
I like the 4-player versions of it.
Bira ka lang makakita ng 4-player versions na gano'n eh. Ang saya
Correct.
Mo na yun.
Correct.
By the way, in case you missed it, Chino's here, is back at it again.
What's up, Notch? Welcome back.
Hello.
Yeah.
Internet is intermittent.
I know.
We know.
I just got hit with it.
I haven't, so it's all good. Curious lang ako, Notch, is there a game here that that got your attention dito sa State of Play?
Kawabanga Collection, man.
Yeah,
you never go wrong with the Kawabanga Collection nga naman.
I'm surprised they put in a PS3 remake for JoJo. That's a PS3 game as we were told.
Oh.
But But the new game that I really was surprised to see was that black and white samurai thing. Kasi apparently sabi ni Joshua,
Journey
ano
to
Trek to
Trek to
Yomi.
Trek to Yoni.
Trek to Yomi.
Yomi.
Yeah. Yomi. Akio Otsuka, as mentioned by Trickster in the chat, is the voice actor for Snake in Metal Gear.
Very Japanese on the game. Very Japanese, pero it was
very Akira
Americans.
Kurosawa. Di ba?
Alam mo yung feeling ko na parang nanonood ng sine. It had that vibe eh. Yung scenes, nakita mo, alam mo black and white siya eh, di ba? People kasi had this notion na, ako in specific, pag black and white, pagka hindi naman ganun kagandahan, wala na. Di ba? Pero seeing this,
panahon niya kasi yun eh.
Oh, yeah, whatever. I mean, I still like bihira ka lang makita ng ganito na ngayon. In this day and age, black and white, that can be so beautiful.
You know what would have kicked this was the Ghost of Tsushima Akira Toriyama setting. Ito yun eh. Ito yung resulta nun eh. Galing. We have Valkyrie Elysium, which is fucking finally having another game like this after 20 years of nothing, man. That's really something.
Yeah, pero disappointed ako dun eh.
Why?
The Valkyrie profile? You didn't like it?
Yep.
Why?
Ginawa na naman nilang another action RPG without the RPG.
Yeah, it is very ARPG this time.
Pati pansinin mo, yung cell shade, hindi siya maganda eh. I mean, this is supposed to be on the PS5, tapos bibigay mo sa amin ganyan? Come on.
If it were treated with the Forspoken level of animation, that'd be great, no?
Kasi Forspoken is good eh. Diba? Kung ikaw ba, would you go for the Forspoken level na or would you go for the parang 8-bit level similar to the one in Lenneth? Valkyrie profile Lenneth.
I'm a sucker for gameplay. When I saw Trek to Yomi, the new that new Dio Field Chronicle, which is apparently on Steam. Fuck you, I can play it. I appreciate good graphics. I appreciate great graphics, but ultimately, it's a game, and how enjoyable something is boils down to its core nature.
Pati pansinin nyo pansinin nyo.
Diba?
What was one of the most iconic things that you remember sa Valkyrie profile, Lynette and Silmeria?
Wala.
The girls?
No. I forgot.
That's a given to you, Mr. Ganaya. So, yun nga. Walang notable for me.
Talaga? Hindi naging iconic sa inyo yung battle mechanics niyo?
Of course. I mean the main draw of games like that is definitely how you do the combat.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it exciting.
Exactly.
Particularly Tales Legend yan, di ba? Pero again, I mean for me, having an ARPG third person over the shoulder view for a Valkyrie game really is a deviation of what it used to be.
They made it into a Final Fantasy 15 dummy.
Ako, to be honest, when I first saw Final Fantasy 15 and how it played, I found it confusing, and it somehow sort of kind of turned me off in the beginning, kasi to me that didn't look like Final Fantasy, because I'm an older guy, right? Pero newer players didn't mind kasi this is the type of gameplay that they kind of grew up with, yung gantong ARPG / free movement sort of thing. But if you came from a Lyneth if you came from a Tales of Mana and if you came from those generations, yun talaga ang mamimiss mo. Apart from the pretty girls na sasama ng pagtanda. Pero yeah,
Paano natin maririnig yun? Nibalang Balesti.
Well, probably they'll shout it like Final Fantasy 15 does it. Sayang lang.
Ang ano ko naman kasi nag-ano ko, so Valkyrie Profile 2 sa PS2, I tried playing it. Probably mga ilang ano lang ilang hours lang. Tapos sabi ko parang hindi ko gusto kasi I was expecting an art na I was expecting na hindi side-scrolling na ganun. Parang nanibago ako. Kasi I was
But it's the original one
Oo.
So sabi that was your first Valkyrie Profile?
Yes, that was my first. Tapos kasi yun, kasabay nun yung nilalaro ko pa yung Final Fantasy X.
That 2D scroller thing is a turn off too. Pero kasi if you go past it and if you remember the Metroidvania of old.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ang ganda nung comparison. I mean, it's no way a Metroidvania game. Pero I mean, it carries a lot from there. It's highly inspired by it.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. I mean, that's the state of play, ladies and gentlemen. That is the state of play from PlayStation. I hope we see a lot more games. I'm really excited for the Gundam one. I'm really excited for Ninja Turtles, and hopefully, given the status of how exclusives are nowadays, I hope it's a timed exclusive and we can get that on Steam or somewhere on PC.
Nowadays, it's always a time exclusive.
Diba? Nakauwi ka na ba, pare? Are you home? Yeah. Okay, good. Because, given all these games are now being adapted into, multiple platforms, multiple changes in the game, that seems to be sort of a trend nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, that, an improvement or at least the intention to improve on existing works has something that has become a status quo for a lot of the entertainment that we get nowadays, like for games, particularly for TV shows and movies. These types of things that happen that happen nowadays are now the status quo. You want your movie to sell, get an already existing get an already existing work that has millions of fans, just like what Netflix is doing right now recently with Full Metal Alchemist, the comic book movies that are surging nowadays. It has been proven to be a good formula for success in the past 10 years or so. So we're going to be talking about that, out of the enjoyment of what we've just experienced here in the PlayStation state of play. We're going to be talking about stuff that really brings back memories from way before Endgame and how it is now after the MCU has completed its first saga, basically. And adaptations, whether it's from print to film, to comic books, to video games, one way or another, they would adapt each other's work. And while most of them are very successful, you cannot deny that there are a few stinkers here and there. But that's, I think, just true for everything else. So we're going to be talking about that. I propose that we talk about that now, because given what's selling nowadays, how we're spending our money, that's the norm. So welcome to the spotlight of the evening. We're gonna take we're gonna take a look at how adaptations have been made from over the years, from comic books to literary works and everything in between. This is the G Spotlight. Yeah. So matanong ko kayo, I want to ask you guys, especially for those people in the chat that are watching us right now, when you say adaptation, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Like when you say an adaptation to TV, or movies. Dun muna tayo. Like TV and movies like to adapt things nowadays. And I particularly focus on the time after Endgame because Endgame was the
start,
the pinnacle where it proves that this formula works. Kasi they've been adapting from comic books for a long time, and with the success of Endgame, eto na yun, they've proven it already. But is it the first time this has been done? No. Adaptations has been happening. Adaptations have been happening even way before TV had any color, and that is also true for movies and TV shows to be adapted into comic books, into video games, with 50-50 effect. But after Endgame, that's when a lot of attention to quality has been given, mostly to the enjoyment of the world. Sometimes not so much. So when I say an adaptation, what's the first thing that comes into your guys' mind? Like one title that has been adapted very well for you guys. Let's start off. Huh?
Very well. Not
a really good adaptation for you personally.
Kung overall lang naman, if it was move from one medium to another, if we're talking about from a game to a movie to a game, and so on, Tomb Raider was my pick.
Oh, really? Which one?
Yung una, yung Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Kasi,
Angelina Jolie?
Yes.
Okay.
Bakit naiba na ba yung Tomb Raider ngayon? Hindi na si Lara Croft?
Hindi,
pero artista.
Title ang sinasabi ko. Yung anong klaseng Tomb Raider daw, tanong ni BJ. So, sagot ko is, yung Lara Croft Tomb Raider, yung unang-una with Angelina Jolie.
Wow, okay.
Kasi, fun fact, niragaluan ako ng Lara Croft na game siguro somewhere in the 90s. Tapos inilaro ko siya sa PC. That was Tomb Raider 2. Siyempre makikita mo yung features ni Lara Croft, makapal ang labi, slim ang katawan, tapos malaki yung malaki boobs. 'Di ba? So,
pero talagang sa tanda mong yan, Tomb Raider 2 yung inuna mo. Okay,
kasi here's why.
Pati sa tanda mong yan, hindi mo masabi yung boobs.
Huwag kang magulo.
Ano ka bata?
I have to yun nga. So, dahil dun sa nung nakita ko na Angelina Jolie was going to portray it, nakita ko yung how she did her accent, tapos syempre yung hubog ng katawan niya with the boobs and all, para sabi ko, uy, doon ko nasabi sa sarili ko na,
uy, boobs.
Hindi, doon ko nasabi na parang nabuhay si Lara Croft. Ganun yung ganun yung reaction.
Parang buhay na buhay, ano?
She's alive.
Buhay na buhay.
That's how it is. So yun yung sa akin. Before you guys give your answers, then I am also encouraging everyone na i-share nyo yung sarili ninyong yung favorite yung adaptations, either whether it's from comics, movies, TV, manga, anime, gaming,
adaptations onto TV and or movie.
Okay.
Adaptations to movie and or TV. Ikaw, Noch, ano sa'yo, pare?
Comes to mind the first
Top of head,
Ninja
best.
Turtles.
Na movie, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yung the
first.
That was something, though. That was something, yeah. Pero sige, go ahead.
Patutawat si Kap.
Hindi, naalala ko na kasi yung Ninja Rap na yung kanta nun eh. Sorry, it was a flashback for me.
Syempre, if you grew up watching the Saturday cartoons,
yes,
Ninja Turtles, diba? I mean, seeing them brought to life, sobrang naging epic para sa akin.
Of course.
I always go back to the scene where kakain sila ng pizza, and then Michelangelo suddenly trips, then the pizza flew high, and then biglang tumalon si Leonardo, And then parang slice and dice niya yung pizza. Tapos bumagsak yung pizza sa ulo ni Splinter. That's one of the most iconic scenes for me.
Right. Ako definitely goes to Lord of the Rings because I never thought it could be turned into a movie by the sheer complexity of the story. And it's at the time it was my go-to adaptation for the longest time until I saw Rurouni Kenshin. You know, and I said, shit, now this is the new one. Of course, you guys are right, no? When you mentioned Tomb Raider, Lara, talagang meron talagang certain trajectory of taste to si Captain Mike. Tomb Raider.
It's not the boobs, ha?
Ay, no, not boobs, ha? Hindi po boobs yun, ha? Sigurado po kami dyan.
Not the boobs.
But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie in 1990, was definitely one thing. One thing that I was a little bit disappointed by the fact that they didn't fight Shredder as actively and as energetically as in the cartoons, di ba? But it was fun though. It was fun. Especially when I kind of got disappointed that I thought they killed Shredder off when he fell into the whole dumpster thing, and that's gone, right? Na-crush na yung helmet niya. But Lord of the Rings for me was definitely an epic because we were reading the book and then we saw the movie. So it was definitely, the book has more detail and has more information about it, about the whole story. Pero the movie was made so well that, like what I said the last time, you watch the movie, it's gonna make you want to read the book, not because of how much it lacks, but because of how much it presented. And then Rurouni Kenshin came along. God damn! I gotta watch it again. And adaptations have always been before Endgame, before the Infinity Saga, it has always been a 50-50 thing. Never naman siya naging sure ball, right? Even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was although they really believed in the product, they didn't expect it to hit that much. As opposed to nung pinakita nila, ginagawa nila yung Infinity War, alam na nila na it's gonna be a hit, right? Same way as well when they first adapted a little known manga called City Hunter, and they picked Jackie Chan to portray the role of Rio, the main character. Kung hindi mo nga nabasa, if you didn't read the manga, you would have thought that it was a Jackie Chan movie because it was done so well and hilariously. You wouldn't think a Chinese guy would play a Japanese manga, right? It was Bruce Lee of all people. Jackie Chan of all people. That made it much better. But there are flops as well. Before Endgame, there were flops in terms of remakes and adaptations. One such flop for me in terms of adaptation that I really didn't like, baka makancel ako eh. Baka makancel ako. But I didn't like the shit. Ang dami ko palang hindi gusto. I must pick one.
One only.
Yeah. Sige. Let me rank it. Let me organize my thoughts a little bit. Kayo ba? Meron ba kayong adaptation na talaga hindi niyo nagustuhan? Adaptation into a TV show or into a movie from any other source. Hindi niyo talaga nagustuhan. Meron ba kayo?
From a TV
or most
to a TV show or from a TV show?
Into a TV show or into a movie.
Hirap nung na yun eh. Kasi meron isang favorite na talaga. Meron pa ako isang favorite na from a different medium papuntang movie naman. Pero yung not favorite, wala pa akong except for probably
without mentioning Mortal Kombat and Dragon Ball Evolution kasi puta talaga again
it's already a given.
It's a given. It's like does the salt taste salty? And right. without mentioning that, bro, what was one adaptation that you didn't like or was disappointing to you?
Medyo na ano rin ako doon medyo na-caught din ako in a pinch kasi yung ibang mga adaptations naman sabi ko naman kahit alam mong hindi siya connected doon sa ano okay naman siya sa akin wala
yeah, well, because you it's so easy to entertain Captain Mike, ladies and gentlemen. Just give him sparklies, he likes it. Ikaw, Noch, meron ka bang hates? Meron ka bang hate adaptation?
Just fell out of the ano.
Okay. Sorry. Sige, ako. Let me give you one that I really fucking hated. Was okay, it's not Mortal Kombat. The Super Mario Brothers movie.
You don't like it?
Fucking hated the shit, man. I mean, I fucking hate it. Really? Dennis Hopper as Bowser? Tangina, talaga. Did you know that Tom Hanks was supposed to play Mario?
What?
But they turned him down because he didn't have good movies at the time. He was supposed to play the role of Mario. What's the guy's name who finally got the role opposite John Leguizamo? See, John Leguizamo was Luigi. But Mario movie, who was that guy? That he was a British actor. He was a really good British actor. Bob Hoskins. There you go, Bob Hoskins. So Bob Hoskins played Mario, and there's a lot of controversy revolving around the whole production thing, of the whole production of the thing, and not many people liked it. But I fucking hated Super Mario Brothers movie. In fact, it was the very first attempt for a video game to be turned into a movie, and I fucking hated it. It didn't feel like a Mario game to me. I didn't feel like a Mario movie to me. Really, as in.
Ito nga, when now I'm currently reading the comments, no, and may mga bagay dito na hindi ko alam that existed. Sabi ni Trickster dito, no, dami cantabile live action. I didn't know it had a live action.
Oh, talaga?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was supposed to. Yeah.
Tapos may sinabi dito si Lee, kasama niya, hindi, iba pala to, gago to eh. Iba yung sinasabi ni Lee dito eh, hayop na to. Pero tama si BJ, give me sparklies, I'll be happy about it. So little things like these, kahit alam mo,
commandments. Sorry, ngayon ko lang nababasa yung comment. Sorry.
So kahit alam mo na hindi siya alam mo hindi siya maganda for most people. Kagaya yung Mario siguro parang sige, they tried, nice try, 'di ba? Pero I don't wanna be saying I'm so an expert in watching this and I wanna say it's a flop, 'di ba? Yung ganon.
All right. So let's try to categorize it a little bit. Kasi naalala ko noon, particularly for anime and manga, there haven't been a lot of successes. There hasn't been a success apart from, say, like a major success like the Rurouni Kenshin, right? And that's where I'll always get back into. They did an adaptation of Hokuto no Ken, or the Fist of the North Star. It was crazy. The Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I know you said that. Pero...
Yeah, they did. And it was supposed to be dark and gritty, and it turned out to be fucking hilariously stupid. Kasi para siyang Mad Max eh. Hindi mo na mahabol yung kwento ni Rao, nilang lahat. It looked like a Mad Max movie. As opposed to Power Rangers the movie. The very first one, the very first Power Rangers the movie. That's based on the that's based on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right? The very first one, when they were flying to their Zords. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I remember watching it in the movies with my family. So when it comes to originally Japanese content, it's almost a 50-50. Right? Godzilla is an adaptation.
I can say na hindi naman 50-50, no? Parang kasi the way I see it, parang they were trying to quote-unquote innovate with either the storyline, the graphics, or yung special effects, 'di ba? Talagang talagang nataon siguro na it's a hit or miss. Kasi kaya ako kanina tumatawa when you moved in na to anime and manga, if there's one thing na probably pissed me off when was when they were trying to come up with a live action ng Sailor Moon.
Let's do this per category, right? Let's do this per category. I understand that there are a lot of successes, here and there, particularly from the comic book side of things, going on to TV shows like the CW. I'm not a huge fan. I like it, but I'm not that much of a fan of the CW universe with the Flash and Arrow and all that. But over time, they became gradually entertaining to me, at least. But comic books have always dominated the success at the successful end of the spectrum, right? But when it comes to other things, when they try to adapt a video game onto TV and into movies, TV normally wins out more. Ayan, sabi ni Stanley. Thank you, Stanley. Sonic the Hedgehog. The current Sonic the Hedgehog movie was fun. I liked it.
You're referring to the first one. And because they had the very good reception on the first one.
Yeah, because they bullied the entire studio to change the way Sonic looks. And it turned out to be great. It turned out to be for the better, because imagine if Sonic came out looking like that. The first few moments it was shown, it would have sucked big time. But on the other hand, you have video game adaptations that were really, really bad. And without mentioning Dragon Ball Evolution and or Mortal Kombat, the 2021 Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat Annihilation was a crack of shit. It's so bad, right? Even the acting was horrible. There were only 2 returning characters to that movie, that even Christopher Lambert, the actor who portrayed Raiden on the first movie, gave an excuse just so that he does not have to come back to the movie. It was so bad. But when it comes to TV adaptations of video games, they were relatively more successful. Like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Oh yeah. Mas maganda pa ngayon. They could have just taken them and converted it into a movie.
It would have been great, no?
It would have been great.
They did that way, and then the real life Mario and Luigi were acting. So yeah. Sabi ni Stanley, Tekken game to movie. Yeah, that was shit though. That was fucking horrible. Tekken? Welcome to Tekken City. What the fuck are you talking about, Tekken City?
May ganun pala, no? May ganun.
Uy, welcome back, sir. Welcome. Thank you. Sakto, nawala din kami.
No, sorry guys. Sobrang intermittent ng internet sa loob ng bahay. I had to go out. So, probably hindi rin ako makakatagal.
That's okay. We're not going to be. And we understand. We also got cut off by Facebook for some reason. I don't know. The live turned off. Sabi ni Joshua, the Street Fighter and Darkstalkers American cartoon were hilariously bad. That's the opposite side of the adaptation. The Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. No, sorry, it's not worth. The Street Fighter movie with oh shit, how could I forget his name? Oh no. What's his name?
Raul.
Si Bison? Raul Julia. Was a so bad it's good movie. I fucking love it. I watch it to this day. But the Street Fighter cartoon,
what do you mean cartoon? Yung anime ba to?
No.
The animated. There's an animated Street Fighter.
An American animated cartoon.
Shitty.
Fucking shitty. They turned Zangief into bad guy.
But Zangief not bad guy.
Zangief is good guy. Even the Darkstalker. Did you know there was an American Darkstalkers cartoon?
I didn't know.
Fucking Morrigan looked
I'm actually
like
typing it now.
the Wicked Witch of the West.
What?
During her teenage years. Ganon siya kapangit. Ang pangit. Ikaw, Noch, we're talking about shit adaptations prior to the Endgame era that you didn't like. So those are ours right now. Without mentioning Mortal Kombat and Dragon Ball Evolution. Ano yung sa'yo?
Super Mario Brothers.
Mentioned already. Pero talaga, thank you. Tapos minummination ko yun, tinanggal kami ng Facebook. I feel sorry for Bob Hoskins. Pero yeah, go ahead. What was your gripe with Super Mario Brothers?
Well, basically, it's not Super Mario Brothers. That's it.
Thank you. I told you, Cap.
It never was.
Dustin Hoffman as Bowser.
The story behind it is so wild. And it just proves the point talaga na it wasn't really meant to be a Super Mario Brothers movie. Because these two, I don't wanna, yung dalawang nag-create ng script, yung front runners basically, they changed everything.
Right.
Kawawa si Bob Hoskins.
The history behind the movie is even more interesting than the movie itself. You know, all the turmoil, all the horrible things that happened. Bob Hoskins is a great actor. And he broke his arm and he was literally drunk during filming with John Leguizamo. That was their happy moment, you know, just drinking on set. Sige, other than that, meron ka pa na hindi nagustuhan na adaptation into TV and or movie?
Into TV and or movie. Actually, marami. I didn't like the Assassin's Creed one.
Oh no.
I didn't like Death Note.
Oh yes.
Especially the Western one.
Yeah. Kaya nga I agree with you when you said that let the Japanese do it. Like in the last episode.
The last episode, he said that.
Let the Japanese people do it. Yeah, I agree. I feel so bad with Assassin's Creed because they got, you know, of all people, Michael Fassbender, right? Michael Fassbender is a great actor. Tapos bagay sana sa kanya yung role.
What went wrong ba? Nung pinanood ko naman siya, hindi naman siya, para sa akin as someone who played a bit lang naman na Assassin's Creed game, nung tinignan ko yung movie, okay naman siya sa akin. I mean, what do you think is wrong with that?
Noch, you wanna start off with that?
Ano yung question? Sorry.
Why did you not like Assassin's Creed? Michael Fassbender.
Kasi sabi ko, nagustuhan ko naman yung movie, pero not dun sa mga top 10 movies ko. Pero na-appreciate ko naman siya. Pero ang tanong, what do you think went wrong there?
What did you like about it?
Na-convert nila yung isang video game sa isang movie.
Huh?
To see
Have you played any Assassin's Creed Cup?
A bit lang. Not the entire
Oh, so pero what did you like about the movie?
Nung kinonvert nila yung when he knew na he went back through time. Tapos yung kung paano niya chini-change yung history. Yun lang naman ang naano ko eh. It's not
you're talking about Assassin's Creed as a whole.
Everything.
Okay. In a game.
Right.
That's Assassin's Creed. They went back to the past to get information on this and on that. That's Assassin's Creed. Pero what did you like about the movie?
What was it in that movie in particular that you liked?
Again, hindi ko naman sinabi
except for Michael Fassbender.
I guess some of the action scenes, I mean, not entirely. Kaya tinatanong ko nga diba? Parang sabi ko, para sa akin, it's a okay movie. Hindi siya yung nasa top 10 ko na, no. Kaya nga, again, in the eyes of those who played it, kaya nga tinatanong ko, what do you think went wrong with that?
So much po. 42 lang.
Ano?
Hindi, may binibili. Sige, ako muna. Being able to play the earlier Assassin's Creed games, with Altair and Ezio.
Okay.
You'd expect a lot of, for me, you'd expect a lot of richness in the story. But the way that you described it is basically, it's just a summary. The movie turned out to be a summary of all Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
It's some guy using the Animus to go back in time to learn about something. There's nothing unique about it. In Assassin's Creed games, every installment has a unique approach to the story. Well, of course, starting with the first one with Altair, it was the very first one. It was enhanced by Ezio Auditore, all the way to, nag-iiba-iba na sila ng locations. And for me, the movie, what the real downer for me was, it was so generic that it took out the excitement of, oh, what kind of adventure will I experience here now? Kasi ganun yung Assassin's Creed from the first one all the way to the current one, which is Valhalla. Different setting, different adventure, different story. And we all thought that it was going to be based on, at the very least, Altair. But it wasn't. It was a new character. They created a new one. So, new character, you can expect a new story, right? But it not really. It was really just a summary of what happened in the entirety of the series at the time. That's for me. It was just very bland storytelling.
Tama kaya. I mean, it's very generic. You won't even remember the characters. It was cheesy.
I don't even remember Michael Fassbender's character there.
Para kang parang naglagay ka ng Matrix in a historical movie. Diba?
Okay, now that you said that, it sounded that clear to me.
Diba? Well, I wouldn't blame you.
One thing I liked about it, the leap of faith.
Yeah, that was a fan service. The leap of faith.
Fan service, definitely. Pero, I mean, aside from that, I watched it twice. I don't remember anything.
Okay.
It's like Thor. Thor 2.
Okay.
Dark World.
Anyway,
you were gonna say something, Noch. I mean,
guys, really sorry. Hindi talaga ako makakatagal dahil the internet here is very intermittent, and sad thing I had kasi ito explain ko lang sa mga viewers, no. So I had to go to Alabang for some things, to fix some things, and fortunately yung internet dito sa Alabang is very 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 old. Uso pa 1 gig, up to 1 gig.
DSL.
Yeah, so I tried connecting, had a hard time. Ngayon I'm using my mobile data pero paubos naman na yung baterya ko, no. So for now I'll have to leave everyone, pero nandiyan naman si BJ and si Mike to keep you all entertained. Kaya pasensya na, guys, babawi ako sa next episode. I promise that.
GG. Thank you for joining us, man. You take care, you have fun. It's a weekend.
Yeah.
Right? Mag-usap pa tayo later. Sige, pare.
Lovers, love you, brothers.
Hey, love you.
Teka lang. Kikis muna ako. Total hindi ba nakikita eh. I love you, Chino.
Saka talagang putang ina.
You're very much welcome. Sige, bye-bye.
Ingat. So habang inaano natin yan, kasi naputol na, nakita mo yung sarili mo, naputol ka na again. So I need to bring you back. I need to put your head back. So habang ginagawa mo yan, so yun nga, something na I'd like to look forward to. Kasi syempre, when you talk about adaptations from movies and TVs, is there anything ba na remarkable for you?
Remarkable? Yeah, there were a lot. But I just wanna point out, what they said, si Stanley, game to movie na tinawanan niya, which is funny because I agree with everything here. Well, first off, Joshua said Super Mario Brothers is the reason why Nintendo is super protective of their IPs. True. Ever since that fiasco with the movie, they were very careful about sharing their IPs into other content. So yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And the Stanley said the game to movie na talagang ayaw niya. Number 1 is Resident Evil. Thank you. I agree. But I didn't need to know Alice. Okay. Second, Warcraft. Warcraft is a sad thing for me because it had so much promise. So much promise. And they started with Lothar. The before the war. They started with one. So I was very hopeful. And then it became such a it dragged on, really. Silent Hill, yeah, it only became entertaining with the fan service references that they did, just like Assassin's Creed, but it was a dragging story also. And Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg. Here's the funny thing about Max Payne. All right, Max Payne as a movie would have been able to stand alone on its own without having to reference Max Payne. Funny as it sounds, that movie would have been titled differently. Let's say call it, I don't know, something else. And it would have been a good movie. But because they want to relate it to Max Payne, and how Max Payne was bullet time and dodging and shit, and it just didn't feel like Max Payne. It felt like a Mark Wahlberg movie.
Mark Wahlberg action film.
Exactly. It would have, you give it a different name and it would have been okay. But to answer your question, the ones that I really found great as an adaptation, it was from let's start off from video games. A video game adaptation, marami na tayo nasabi sa video games. When they rebooted Godzilla. Not the the Godzilla from the latest thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Not the fucking Godzilla with Matthew Broderick? Was that what was his name? John Reno, Because that Godzilla is so bad. So fucking bad. Toho Animation actually made fun of that Godzilla. Yung iguana Godzilla.
What year was that?
What year was that, guys? Yung Godzilla. Godzilla with Matthew Broderick.
Is that the sorry?
The 1998 Godzilla, right?
1998. Right. Okay.
So this Godzilla is so hilariously stupid and bad that the creators of Godzilla in Japan put this version of the Godzilla into a Godzilla movie. The real Godzilla just blasted away after 2 seconds of screen time. They look down on this Godzilla. This Godzilla is shit. But they redeemed themselves when they created the new Godzilla, the new Hollywood Godzilla, in the Kaiju-verse. Yeah, that Godzilla against Kong was great. Dagdag ko lang, boss, Dead or Alive. Oh, yan pa isa. I mean, Dead or Alive is so bad, nobody even remembers it. Video game adaptations I like would be cheating because they're anime. Yes, of course. But let's do that. So that's one thing that I really like, that they rebooted Godzilla. An adaptation that I really enjoyed. Sige, fine. Cheating na tayo. Dito sa comic books tayo. 1989, the first time they announced Batman, directed by Tim Burton. Putay na pare. Whoa! I remember my grandfather has and buhay pa to ngayon. We have this wooden.
Okay.
My grandfather passed away, unfortunately. But this God rest his soul, Lolo. Pero he has this wooden drawer, right? He has this wooden drawer that when I was a kid, I slapped on the Tim Burton Batman logo sticker on. And it's still there to this now. The black and yellow one.
Black and
yellow.
Right.
And it was very, very shiny and metallic, because when they first announced that they're going to make a Batman, non-Adam West Batman, like a really dark and gritty action-packed Batman, I was fucking happy. Until now. You know, I don't care if he couldn't swing his neck left and right. Because you know, alam mo, Michael Keaton would have to twist his entire fucking body just to look left or right. And this costume problem was solved when the Christian Bale Batman came in because they gave him a helmet. But the first time Batman came to the silver screen was joyful for me. That's one. Ikaw, apart from Lara Croft, meron pa ba?
From the I mean, as an overall thing, I would point probably just coming out of my head, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Kasi I watched I've read.
Oh, you like that? You like Scott Pilgrim? Yeah.
Kasi nung pinalabas yung movie, doon ako nung while browsing on it, sabi ko, uy, mayroon pala tong other material other than that. So, sabi ko, akala ko it was just created for movies lang. Yun yung naisip ko nun eh. Kasi tuwa ako dun sa pagkaka-concept nila nung ano na yun. Tapos nung binasa ko siya, sabi ko, dito pala nag-start to. Tapos comparing the movie and the masasabi ko na kung ididikit, hindi to foreign this is not a foreign, this is a Canada-based comic artist, tapos yung movie din, 'di ba? Hindi siya Japanese, hindi siya they made their own story, nagstick sila doon, it turned out well, I appreciated it, although may mga items doon na wala na magkaiba from the comics and the movie. Pero coming from seeing that, I would say na pwede naman pala kaya naman palang gawin eh. You just stick to the original material. If you want to go innovate, you better be sure it won't flop.
Right.
Similar,
but unfortunately, that's not what happened with a lot of things.
Kita mo nung ginawa nila yung Batman, di ba? I met I had the Adam West Batman eh. Doon ako namulat sa Batman eh. Diba?
Shark repellent spray.
So jumping from that Adam West Batman in the 70s to the Batman movies, parang sabi ko, uy, parang this is a more badass version of Batman.
Yeah.
Siya, diba?
Thank you. That's right. You're absolutely right when you use the word. This is the badass Batman versus the comic, campy slapstick Batman of the Adam West era.
Slapstick is an understatement dun sa Adam West Batman. But
right. The dancing Batman. Okay, yeah, Netflix, this Death Note was mentioned by Noch earlier before he left. That was absolutely horrendous to watch. The fucking American Death Note was garbage. But sige, video games tayo, video games. Best and worst. Starting with you. What's the best video game adaptation to another media? What's the worst video game adaptation from another media? Sige, let me start muna. Let me start. One of the things that I didn't like that was turned into a video game. Okay, was oh yeah, X-Men. It's a piece of shit. X-Men published by LJN. We actually played it. So it started out as a comic book, right? And at the time, LJN was licensing video games from other media. So the giant size X-Men team of Colossus, Wolverine, Iceman, Cyclops, and Storm, and Nightcrawler was in the NES version of X-Men, the video game. It sucked balls. Right? I hate that shit. That's the worst for me. Best video game adaptation from another media. One of the best for me, if not the best. Probably the Arkham series.
The Batman Arkham series?
The Batman Arkham series, yeah. Because it was adapted from, of course, Batman. And there are a lot of Batman games out there, but the Arkham series, as sad as it was in the ending, was definitely captured quintessential Batman, you know, like hanging on rooftops, jumping down with the gadgets, and investigating, fighting bad guys, and that's it. Now wala daw audio mo, Kap.
Hindi, na ano lang ako. I had to, kasi medyo noisy ngayon yung room na narinig nyo.
Okay.
So, I had to place it on mute para magano.
Okay, so that's me. That's my best and worst video game adaptations. Ano sa'yo?
Dami kasing video games na gusto ko na movie na converted into a video game. Pero, as old as it may sound, my personal favorite was Alien 3, specifically for the Sega Genesis.
Wait. You picked Alien 3 as your favorite? Okay.
No,
don't change it, motherfucker. You can't change it.
No, I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it. Remember.
But you did say Sega Genesis, right?
Back in the day,
okay.
it was in the 90s. People were just, wala pa yung mga downloadable DLCs whatsoever, diba?
Right.
You buy the game, you play the game because you liked it, probably because it was a new game or it came from a movie. Alien 3 is one of them. And personally, nagustuhan ko siya kasi ano lang naman ang gagawin ni siguro ni River doon, was just kill aliens, diba? Pero I had a hard time finishing that son of a... Kasi it was that hard.
It was very hard. And that's why I'm surprised, because that's the least favorite of a lot of people for NES. There's a NES port of it, Alien 3. And it was shit. I have that. So I'm glad that you mentioned Alien 3 from the Sega Genesis. Okay. So that's your favorite, right?
My favorite. Kung least favorite.
So wait lang. Sabi ni Joshua, I remember Alien 3, the NES version used to spook me when he was still young.
What?
And the Alien 3 soundtrack would play kasi bubuksan ko yung family computer, diba? And it wasn't even a family computer. It was a Good Boy. Alam mo yung bootleg na family computer. And you can play family computer cartridges. It's called Good Boy. You can search it up. It looks like a Sega, but it will play NES cartridge. And whenever I boot that up and he wouldn't go to sleep, I would play that game. Yung opening soundtrack pa lang matatakot na siya. Tapos natutulog na siya. Hindi na siya pupuyat.
I cannot imagine Joshua getting scared.
Oh, he was a scaredy cat when he was a kid. It was so easy to spook that son of a bitch when he was a kid. Now he comes back to me and he spooks me out of no reason. I just look at him, I get spooked. Anyway, sorry, what's your worst? Yung worst video game media converted into a video game? Okay. Okay. Oh shit. And NES. Which one?
Ito pala, sorry. Nawala daw yung boses ko, and the answer again, in case people were wondering, was Superman, the video game for NES. But I'm gonna tell you why.
Is it the one from Kemco? Is that little chibi Superman walking down the street?
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay. Pero, obviously, you didn't play the Superman 64 because that was the worst game of all time. One of the worst games of all time. Pero sige, go ahead.
Pero kasi, kung iisipin mo, eto, nakita ko na naman yung dito. Makikita nila doon yung, kasi it was may Japanese version nun. Yung pa yung nilaro ko, hindi ko maintindihan eh. Pero sabi ko, it's Superman. Sige, I'll play the hell out of it, you know. There's another one.
Superman, you know?
There's yun talaga, hindi ko talaga na-appreciate. Sabi ko, what are these doing?
That's the one with a talking Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
Okay. You got one more.
Gusto mo pa na isa pa? Transformers. the old Transformers.
Yung isang tama sa'yo, patay ka.
Oo.
Transfer
yung they called it the Mystery of Convoy. I don't know why they titled it, of all games. They title it like that.
And you never get to find out what it is. Yeah.
Japanese na nga, hindi mo maintindihan. Tapos, lalaruin mo na lang, talo ka pa.
Right.
Yun yung para sa akin. I mean, credits to them. They tried. Kasi sikat ang Transformers nun eh. Benta ko nga tong game na to.
Right.
Pero Mario was a very good video game na kinonvert nila na movie and it flopped. It did the other way around naman.
Right.
So yun.
One thing to note is Prince of Persia. It's a guilty pleasure because I know it's a bland story, but it was entertaining enough for me in the sense that it has a lot of fan service, particularly Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, because it's the thing. It had the unique knife where you press the knife, the sand falls, you can turn back time, right? So that and Ben Kingsley, because Ben Kingsley was there. I fucking love Ben Kingsley. Great actor.
Pag naisip ko ngayon yung Prince of Persia na yan as a video game, tapos ginawa nila ng movie di ba? Then kinuha nila dun sa parang sa sobrang dami ng taong nakaka-appreciate when they move it kasi to a different medium. Comics man yan, comics turn video game, or the other way around. Movie turn video games, or the other way around. The actual objective, unless I'm wrong, the actual objective was to lure people in. I mean, to appreciate to experience what kung hindi pa nila nararanasan sa
Right. And for them to expound on the story of what they could not, have experienced in the movie, That's right. That's very true for Lord of the Rings games, for Spider-Man games. Sabi nga ni Stanley, the Spider-Man 2 adaptation in 2004 was a great game. Was even if it's based on the Spider-Man movie. That was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, ano naman tayo? Game into movie. Best and worst. It was a game, it got turned into a movie. What's your best? What's your worst?
Game that turned into movie, sinabi ko nga, diba? Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Hindi ko babawiin.
Yun talaga, yun ang top 1 mo talaga.
Hindi ko talaga babawiin yun. Kasi...
Okay. Mahirap talaga bawiin yun. I'm just saying, what? Two joints. Two joints yung pare. Two joints. Anyway, bakit? What's the worst for you then?
Hitman
was boring, no? I like the fact that he looked like Agent 47 because I played Hitman. He looked like Agent 47.
Just don't let him talk.
But it was... Yeah.
Don't let him talk, don't let him move, whatever. Kasi and to those who don't know, Hitman kasi is a stealth game. Magkakaroon siya ng story, pero magkakaroon siya ng story based on how stealthy this person is.
Right.
In the movie, alam mo may action scene siya na ewan ko, it feels off. Siguro kung ginawa nila ng story prior to him being stealthy. Kasi may backstory naman talaga si Agent 47 eh. He was number 47 out of the different ages eh. Kung ginawa nila ng story yun before that, reaching him to Agent 47, matutuwa pa ako eh. Pero that's the worst for me.
Sabi ni Stanley, for him probably the worst. I think this is the worst now, Stanley, correct me if I'm wrong, is the Doom movie adaptation. Yeah, it turned into a movie for The Rock. I mean, yeah, sure, they had this one segment at the end where they're first person shooter and they were shooting a pinky, but yeah, I get why Stanley didn't get Doom. Doom was ako, video game that turned into a movie, Mahirap yan
Hindi kasi, bukod sa kokonti lang sila, hindi naman talaga, I mean, yung iba siguro, convert lang nila to video games eh. Obviously to cater to whatever, whatever, Kaya nahihirapan din kami ni BJ na mamili ng personal preference namin.
I'd say, top of head, Mortal Kombat 1995. I mean, I liked it. I like the fact that it was Liu Kang and Johnny Cage. Kari Hiroyuki was there. And he really did feel like fucking Shang Tsung, man. Ever since Showdown in Little Tokyo with Dolph Lundgren, siya yung kalaban dun Showdown in Little Tokyo. He really cemented himself as one of the bad guys. His portrayal of Shang Tsung was so good that Mortal Kombat 11 used him as the actual Shang Tsung. And he even used his lines there, and I fucking love that. Siguro second to that would be Street Fighter, with Raul Julia. Pero the worst video game video game turned into a movie for me would probably be Mortal Kombat also. 2020. Oh shit, man. I mean, fuck that. Garbage, motherfucking Cole Young.
I can blame you. I cannot blame you.
Right?
Kasi
right? I mean,
the reason kasi is there is that expectation, that level of expectation. All you gotta do is just meet the goddamn thing.
Dude, yeah. I mean, fucking Scorpion. The actor, And
wala. Nasayang nila yung, parang they just wasted money. I felt na they just wasted money on that movie.
Actually, there are a lot more, like fucking Need for Speed, fucking Resident Evil movies. You have fucking Blood Rain. Did you know there's a Blood Rain movie?
What?
Believe it or not, there's a fucking Blood Rain movie. Of all things. There's a Blood Rain movie. There's even a House of the Dead movie. There's even an Alone in the Dark movie. You know that? Those are so poorly received that people don't even talk about it now, one of the best though that were accepted was sorry, namatay yung camera. One of the best. Sorry, naano ako sa Mortal Kombat. Was Detective Pikachu was relatively successful, just like Sonic. There's even a movie for Postal. Would you believe it? Postal has a movie after it being banned in several countries. It's not even Postal 3. It's about Postal 1. So, basahin muna natin to. My favorite video game to movie adaptation is Gyakuten Saiban. Yes!
Gyakuten Saiban is Ace Attorney.
Yes.
Okay.
Gyakuten Saiban. I was surprised when I saw it. Fucking, they look like Ace Attorney, but they captured the game. But if you'd really enjoy it if you're a fan of the game, so that's fine. And then Uwe Ball. What is Uwe Ball?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you that nga kasi
Uwe Ball, the character. Sorry, the director.
Wait, what am I missing here? Ano yung
the guy who directed Rampage, Postal, and Blood Rain. I mentioned it to you, right? There's a Blood Rain movie, there's a Postal movie, and there's a Rampage movie. And it was Uwe Ball who directed the fucking thing.
Okay, so syempre I figured na no.
Watch list mo yan, Captain Mike. Enjoy the stupidity that will ensue in terms of literary art and script writing and narrative.
You're gonna give me more problems than I currently have.
Yes, I do. I will. Napanood ko yun. Ano sabi ni Stanley? Man, I'm so bored. Bored siya sa Doom. Worst game to movie is Resident Evil, yes. People, sabi ni Joshua, people don't talk about it because Uwe Boll will fight you in the boxing ring because he called them back. Yeah, he's a pretty violent person. How about House of the Dead? What do I think? House of the Dead was entertaining for a time because of the sexy people there. But I was looking for G. I was looking for the big monsters. You know, when you play that game, like especially the first stage, where there's this huge hulking headless monster with this flying thing around it. I was looking for components of that, and it turned out to be just another zombie movie. I had high hopes for it, and I didn't get to enjoy it. Oh yeah, Captain Mike, another recommendation: House of the Dead. The shooter game had a movie.
I know the Sega shooting game House of the Dead. I mean,
but it had a movie. So
I played that game for a while out of giggle kasi that's zombies and you have the
diba? Time Zone, that's the game. That's the game to play in Time Zone.
After ano ba yun, yung cop game nila, they had the Sega cop game, Virtual Cop.
Cop, yeah.
House of the Dead is the second, diba? So parang if there's a movie about it and you're recommending me to watch it, then I have a feeling I'm gonna flip.
There is. Check it out. Video game turned anime. Best of all for me, Pokemon, obviously. Video game turned anime. Some notables would be, of course, you know, Street Fighter. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, as you can tell already. But another thing that's really ridiculous is Virtua Fighter. Si Akira Yuki, di ba pinakita sa Channel 7 yun? Ang unang estilo ng martial art ay takbo. Tangina. Yeah, Virtua Fighter had an anime in Channel 7.
I've seen it. Hindi ko alam if that was the Virtua Fighter ano. So
yeah, Akira Yuki. If you've seen it in Filipino reference, yung anime sa ano, yun, go ahead. That was fun though. That was fun.
There is one. Okay.
Yeah, see, there is. Of course, you know, Final Fantasy Advent Children. Ang sarap panoorin yan. That's where they base the animation and the look for Final Fantasy 7 remake. It's based on Advent Children, and that was a very good animation. But nothing beats live action adaptation from a video game that is neither a TV show or a movie than Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. Web series lang kasi yun.
There are things like that? Di ko rin talaga.
Yeah.
Nagulat ako kasi when you were saying it, I was like typing it and searching it. Sabi ko, there's a thing? There's such a thing?
Yeah. And it's better than any of the movies produced. Than the animes produced. Kasi number one, it was the story of Ryu and Ken when they were growing up. And you see a younger Goken. Yeah. You see a younger Akuma. And that's where I found out, get this, Akuma has the same hair as you right now.
Oh,
at the time, he had a fucking side swept parting hair. And you know what his hobbies are? Oh, sige, I'll give you a chance. Anong hobby ni Akuma? Nung si Goki pa lang siya.
Martial arts. Probably something
Mali.
got to do with gardening.
Mali. Isa pa. Not martial arts, not gardening.
Sell stuff?
His hobby was photography.
You have got to be kidding me.
I shit you not. He has one of those fucking Polaroids that he carries around, right? And he takes photos of the grandmaster's granddaughter that he fell in love with, right? And he likes to take photos of her. Would you fucking believe?
No.
The guy who mastered the killing arts was into photography. Ako natawa.
That's
Search
insane.
it. Assassin's Fist, pare. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. The choreography was great. The backstory was awesome. you get to know how kaya nga dun hinted na maaring anak ni Akuma si Ryu. I won't spoil a lot, but watch it. But you will have a hint that maybe it was never naman confirmed. Maybe Ryu is Goki's son. Kasi number one, they have the same powers, right? Ryu gets fucking consumed with the whole thing, murderous in death and all that fuck. Pero watch it. It's on YouTube. All right. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist.
So yeah, I'll check that out. And also our comment section are now reacting, saying na sabi ni Trickster, I enjoyed the Virtual Fighter anime because it taught me the fundamentals. What fundamentals?
True. It fucking teaches you by Jichuan. Yung moves si Akira, yung ganon.
Oo, ayan.
Tinuturo nila yun eh. Move, umapa ka na isang diretsong hakbang at itaas ang iyong siko. Fuck, gagano. By Jichuan yan, para solid.
See, hearing it in Tagalog, it's a bit off.
Di ba?
I mean, nung sinabi mo, naintindihan ko. Pero, gagawin ko, tapos may siko mong gano'n.
Papasok ka na gano'n. And they would explain it to you as if they're instructing you. Tapos ipapakita ni Akira kung paano nagagawin. Tapos merong parang 3D frame wire na gagayahin mo. Sabi ni parang Glenn, sabi ni Glenn Alden Arcinas, tuluyan ng nilamon ng Elden Ring si Sir Absentee. Nasa Alabang. Yun nga ang sama ng loob niya, pare. Hindi makapag Elden Ring, hindi pa makapag podcast. Kawawa naman. The anime too, though some of the moves are fictitious, they try to demonstrate how to execute. Correct, that's true. And Stanley was wowed with the whole photography thing. Yes, true. Akuma, kung anong book ni Captain Mike, yan ang book ni Akuma noon, Wookiee pa lang siya noon, tapos ang hilig niya photography. Maniwala kayo hindi. You can search it. Mga kapatid.
I mean, I'm shocked. I mean, there could have been a lot of hobbies.
Right. It could have been you would have thought, di ba, na I isolate myself and what kind of person would go downward spiral into being a demon? Turns out a guy who likes photography.
Yeah, di ba? I mean, I would see knitting, I would see housework, I would see like doing woodwork.
Yeah.
Parang yun yung iniisip mo if you want to be a bad guy. If you want to be a bad guy, di ba? Pero photography is
what?
way different.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Pero maganda rin yung ganon kasi kagaya niyan. The things kasi na pinapakita ngayon ng other mediums is to make sure na you wanna discover a side story? Here's a movie from a game, pero ito yun.
Tama. Same thing with movies, same thing with manga. Same thing with, adaptations backwards, when you have a movie that got turned into a game and vice versa. It does tell you a lot of these things that you wouldn't expect to have learned had you stuck with the current media that it's being presented for. So to me, overall in a nutshell, to me, Adaptations after Endgame, this is when they started putting a lot of money, putting a lot of attention into it. They started putting a lot of detail, a lot of relationships. Yeah.
Nabanggit mo rin lang naman yan with the Halo movie coming in. Yan yung sinasabi mo kanina eh, na now they're putting their money on putting stuff on different mediums para makonsume ng tao, lalo na nung panahon ng pandemic, di ba? Para sabi ko, they're putting Halo now as a series. They're putting Fallout now as a series.
Yeah, which sometimes you now have to wonder why. Diba? I mean, okay, why are you doing this now? Because again, adaptations are the way to go. And before, like I said, it was a hit or miss, right? It was a hit or miss. Nowadays, after Endgame, have proven that adaptations will sell. Here you have your God of War na, here you have your Halo na, and now you have a new Lord of the Rings coming in and the War of Rohirrim coming in, being adapted into an anime. that it received was received with mixed reviews because number one, why? And the real kicker, key kicker, for example, kicker, the key kicker to an adaptation is how faithful are you to the source material, but offer something good that it'll attract new people in.
Yeah,
that's the key.
Pero kasi kita mo, look at what happened to Detective Pokemon.
Detective Pikachu.
Yep, Detective Pikachu. Oh, sorry naman. Detective Pikachu, isipin mo, I mean, there was a good good reception to it. Diba? People are entertained by it. Pero alam mo yan, is it related ba to the anime or to the game? No. You just have to execute it perfectly na para ma-appreciate ng tao. If you wanna be innovative, galingan mo. Kasi kita mo yung ginawa nila, same with Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia we don't know who the prince is. We don't even know that there was a princess name, diba? We're pertaining to Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
Right.
Isipin mo yung, nung time na yun, wala namang pangalan yung prince eh. He's just the Prince of Persia, period, diba? Pero
may ginawa nila doon, Prince?
Doon sa movie?
He had a name.
Yeah, he had. So, yun yung ano ko dito. The Prince of Persia, that is Dastan. Prince Dastan.
Prince Dastan. Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah.
Wala siya sa game. They gave him a name sa movie. Now, with the remake coming out, for the same title, may siya na talaga si Prince Dastan. So, yun yung masarap when you consume it to a different form eh. So, consume mo siya in a different medium for them to appreciate. Hindi yung gagawa ka ng Mortal Kombat na movie, nilihis mo lahat ng tao dun sa isang side ng naligaw ka na.
Huwag mo lang banggitin yan. Nanggigigil lang.
Yun na nga, di ba? I mean, and some people would obviously appreciate that. Right. They stick to the movie.
Absolutely. Actually, a lot of people are echoing you in the comment section right now. It says sabi ni Glenn, anything Western that is not story heavy is almost always going to fail. That's true. That's true in a lot of cases. Sabi ni Joshua, the anime adaptations for some games have been really great, like Persona and Tales series. True. Yung mga anime adaptations from video games or anime, they were really awesome. And then Glenn followed it up with dapat may depth sa story for the big screen. Correct. It's the story and the narrative that explains the game well to non-gamers that will then hook these people into it. And Joshua actually pointed out a very interesting thing. Sonic being a buddy cop movie surprisingly worked, but then you remember there was a Sonic anime that had humans in them. You know yung Sonic anime before, and then the Sonic American animation. They didn't really sell that well, but this one did. So, it's just how you make timpla the story.
You know how it sold yung Sonic movie na?
What?
Sorry. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. That
actually,
the mustache. Kasi nung dun sa una, wala pa siya, may ano pa yung ano niya, di ba? Yung buhok niya doon, di ba?
The beginning of Eggman. Hindi ba nga siya Eggman? No? Hindi nga siya Eggman.
Eggman, yun. So,
sa 2, lalo na. This coming 2. He now looks and resembles Robotnik more.
Oh, and yun din yung sinabi ni Joshua dito, diba? Remember there was a Sonic anime, it surprisingly worked. Kasi doon sa trailer ng Sonic 2, i-introduce na nila yung
si Knuckles, tsaka si Tails.
Knuckles, Tails, and the Rosetta Stone.
The Rosetta Stone.
Sorry, not Rosetta Stone pala. Sorry, that's a different movie. My bad.
Fucking Rosetta Stone is when people started to learn how to read and speak other languages. The Chaos Emeralds.
Rosetta Stone is actually the Double Dragon pala yun. My bad.
Fucking Double Dragon. I fucking
Gem.
remember Double Dragon. Fucking Mark the Cascos is the red one. Bimmy and Jimmy Lee. You know, hey, you know that's in 2021?
Oh.
The setting is 2021 in Red and Double Dragon. So where is my Abobo? Ang laki ni Abobo doon, pare. Talagang mamaw.
Wait, you're not gonna be surprised now kasi sa sobrang, I mean, yung mga tao ngayon, when they try to...
Who knows?
Put it to yung si Abobo na yun, mamaya, could be what? Di ba dalaw sila nun?
Could be just one of those jacked up Nimrods in the gym. You never know.
Malay mo, mag-click pa. So yun nga. So, what does it mean ngayon? Ikaw ba, kung tatanungin ko, itong mga ini-introduce ngayon na bago, post the end game, people are now trying to be creative, diba? People are now trying to put video games to movies, movies to video games, anime, manga to live action. Why do you think it's important now?
Specifically for what?
I mean, why is it important? Why do you think it's important? Oh, sorry. But ayusin ko pala yung questioning ko. Do you think it's important nowadays na ganun yung approach nila ngayon para sa audience? Or they could
meaning adaptations and all that?
Yeah, in adaptations, yes.
Well, it's because the kids from back then finally grew up. You know, we're all grown people now. We now have the money to make happen what we wished were true back in the day. Because back in the day, as compared to when it was like that back then, it was so far-fetched. The idea of having the Infinity War was such a fan-fetched thing. Shit, you can't even see that in cartoons. No? Na, sana when Spider-Man, the animated cartoon Spider-Man in the 90s came out, and they featured Spider-Man with some of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four during the whole Beyonder thing. They were trying to recreate Battle World. That was I shit bricks moment. Like, holy shit, finally I see Captain America, right? And the same thing with all the other cartoons. Now that it's happening, that's catered to guys like us who finally grew up to appreciate and spend for shit like this. There's still a lot of original movies, original artwork out there, and it's not just relegated to pop culture and geek. I'm actually just currently watching the Thomas Harris series. If you guys are familiar with Silence of the Lambs, Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon. Back then it was called Manhunt, and we're Anthony Hopkins played Hannibal Lecter, and then there's a TV show which is called Hannibal, right? So Adaptations really just doesn't have its roots on pop culture. It has its roots in a lot of other genres. But to answer your question, why is it important that they do this now? I wouldn't use the word important. I would use it is very sellable. It's a very sellable concept. Shit, I take an existing thing and I turn it into something that's new. Like currently, and this is a shout out to Sir Paul Bedina, Idol, is getting into NFTs. Pugat Baboy is now getting into NFTs. Yes, Arc of Dreams. So you have this existing content, an original Filipino, and also Trece has NFTs too.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Kadjo Baldissimo and Budgetan. You have this existing material that you put onto a different platform, especially when Trece was released as a Netflix series. Everybody lost their shit and they're like, oh, fucking hey, I can finally see an adaptation. And it sells well. That's why.
That's right.
Because it panders to fan service. Sabi nga kanina, nabasa ko rito, ni Glenn, and a bit of fan service, they listen to the fans asking for them to fix the animation. It's the fans asking to see what they want. And you give the fans what they want, more often than not, you're going to earn a lot of money from it. So that's why they're doing that now. That's in my opinion. It's because, yes, Glenn, you're right. Sonic's face sucked balls during the initial renders. Yeah. That is true.
I couldn't agree more.
Hey, you know what? There are still a lot of things to mention, but unfortunately we're running out of time. And thank you for those people who came back, after our real life. Thank you for those people who stayed until the end. I know it's taken a little bit longer this time because of the disconnection, but thank you. everybody for hanging out with us. Medyo masarap na usapan na to eh. Medyo napasarap tayo ng kwentuhan eh. Captain Mike, what are your last final thoughts of the evening bago tayo magsiuwian sa ating mga bahay, assuming na nakatambay tayo sa tindahan na nag-iinom ng Coke na naka-plastic at hindi kasama si Chino dahil pinauwi sa Alabang? Final words for the evening, and maybe you want to invite them somewhere.
Okay, so final thoughts ko dito, it's an amazing time to appreciate, to be a nerd and to appreciate different sorts of different platforms of entertainment, no? Kung dati toys lang siya, hindi mo siya makikita sa movies, hindi mo siya makikita sa games. Kung comics lang yan, hanggang comics lang yan. Now, it's now nalilipat na sila eh. TV, movies, series, toys, more toys. And you gotta appreciate that fact na na people are, it's sellable, sabi nga ni BJ. So for me, masaya na ako na nakikita ng ganon. And I wanna see more of these in the future, and I hope if they're going to do it, either stick it or be creative, but don't screw it. Thank you din pala sa mga nanood din sa page ko sa Captain Mike PH, Noch, BJG's Gory Gaming, Pop Mug, and of course G3. Don't forget to type ! Notify. You got so many amazing things happening in the future. And for me, that's it. Thank you.
Check us out on Instagram, on Twitter. We're on TikTok now, by the way, guys. Hey.
Yes.
Would you believe it?
Yes,
Adaptations is the key to evolution. And kumbaga sa evolution, si Captain Mike's Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! We're already on TikTok, so look us up on TikTok and just look for G3 Podcast. We're going to be showing up there. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. Head on over to YouTube. Just look for G3 Podcast on YouTube for our channels to watch all of our amazing episodes with all of our amazing friends. And of course on Facebook. Feel free to drop by our Facebook page. That's GPodPH. Also visit Captain Mike, Gory Gaming, Pop Mug, and Noch. And in behalf of Noch, may we have a great weekend ahead. The night is still young, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your evening. And we'll be seeing you in the next episode of the G3 Podcast. Gamers, Geeks, and Good Times. This has been your host, BJG, along with Captain Mike, and by proxy, Noch in Alabang. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.